What's up, YouTube? Sexual Intelligence here. I am Sexual Intelligence. I don't know if this video is going to cut out or even load, but I just had the weirdest Nofap benefit. So I've had a great day. I've actually had a really great day. I don't even know if you can hear the first part of that video now. I've got my headphones on. So I really worked hard at college. And that's great. I had loads of energy, determination, creativity. I was quite confident around people, even a little cocky. Yeah, I had a weird experience that I think's led to this experience. So I was flirting with this lady that I work with, she's married. I know that she's married, but I've been flirting, and the thing is I'm not flirting with any intention to have sex with this lady. I'm just flirting for the sake of it, because I realise that it's become a big part of my personality, is sexualising everything. I'm just used to it, so I'm kind of downplaying how much I'm flirting, but there's been no intention to sleep with this woman. But I like her as a person. Like, I think she. Anyway, and it's not really that related to what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's been happening, and that kind of stirred something up with me. Anyway, so the thing that I've experienced is what people talk about when they listen to music, and they experience the emotion of it. Some people say they really love it more than they usually would, but for me, I've just started bawling my eyes out. And I've just been bawling my eyes out for about 20 minutes, but it's related to this flirting. So it was really so strange. I was just listening to music. I wasn't even feeling anything. But I was kind of thinking about this woman. And as I said, I've been flirting without intention, right? But I winked at her today, saying goodbye. It was a friendly wink. I was being friendly. It was a bit flirty, but friendly, right? But I had a sudden moment of, was that too far? How did that come across? I was suddenly aware, and I was like, because there's flirt. I don't think there's anything wrong with flirting, but there's a line. Anyway, I was thinking about this moment, and I was feeling, and sort of whilst I was listening to the music, I just started crying. It was so random, and I basically just bawled my eyes out, because I realised that even though I'm only flirting a bit, and I mean, it's very light flirting. It's not like suggestive stuff. It's just like a bit of changing the tone of my voice, and she flirts back as well. But you know when you don't know if a girl's being friendly when she's flirting, and there's times when you know when she's flirting. It's a bit like that, where she's maybe just flirting the same as I'm intending to, without intention, without it to go anywhere. But my flirting might have been a bit more forward than I meant it to be. Anyway, and I felt. So let's detach that guilt from also the rest of what I was feeling, because I don't understand my emotions. I'll be honest. So I'm listening to this music. I've thought about that, and that memory, that thought of, oh, was that wink a little bit too much? Came into my mind. I suddenly realised that the reason I'm even a little bit flirting with this woman who's married is because what I admire about her is that she has a kid, and she's married, and she talks about her husband. And I started to notice that there's a line, was when she started bringing up her husband more, and I'm like, Alex, maybe this is being a bit too flirty and stuff like that. So from to now, I will draw it back, because I'm not stupid. So, but I realised that why am I even flirting a little bit with this lady, and why have I been stuck in going for unavailable people and stuff like this, which I haven't actually mentioned on this channel at all. But my basically porn's ruined my life. I won't go into massive detail, but that and also the other people in my college course, and I just felt very much social pressure today, like, and realizing that Nofap is giving me energy to be able to withstand more social pressure. This will all tie together somehow. More social pressure, right? Or stamina. But I realised porn made me go after unavailable people. Now, don't get me wrong, they wasn't all married or anything. I don't want to paint an uglier picture than it already is. But, you know, like girls with boyfriends, stuff like that, or just people that was just some way unavailable. Or also I'd go for sort of narcissistic. This is only sort of the past sort of 5 years. But also, I mean, porn really ruined a couple of relationships that I had as well, because I was just emotionally incapacitated by porn because of how much I watched it. And but I'm listening to this music, I'm thinking about that, and I remember just being, before porn got into my life, well, not before porn, the sort of earlier stages, basically up to 20, I would say, up to 20, being just a standard want a family kind of guy. And even all throughout my porn addiction and the escalated byproducts of that as well, so, you know, sleeping around and with no regard, let's say, has that never went away, that guy that wanted to have a family and stuff like that. But I realised if I'd never watched porn, so stuff like breaking up with someone, because it doesn't work, but realising that a lot of the reasons that my relationships haven't worked, I've just gone through some painful breakups, to be honest, is because I've been incapacitated by porn, but not just porn actually, but watching TV as well before porn. Just that, not being able, fake world, and has guided my actions, and completely destroyed my capacity for intimacy. I've known for ages. I've known, you know, when I was, let's call it acting out, when I was acting out, and when I was even when you're acting out and you realise you get to that point and you're starting to want to come back to reality, when you're starting to want to wake up from porn, when you're in that hole, you start to realise that your capacity to engage with people normally has gone. And I'm just realising how many years I've lost. I don't want this video to be well negative, but I was just listening to this music and I just remembered, it was like none of that all happened. I just remember, I think I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I remember actually what tapped it, the rock to crumble or whatever, I don't know. I was thinking about this woman who's married, fine. I was thinking about my flirty way with her, and I was thinking about, I really admire that she's a mum and that she keeps bringing her husband up, because that means that she's loyal to her husband. I realised that I don't want to get with this woman in any way, which I knew, but subconsciously I was maybe thinking, oh, I do want to see, I don't know, but then it was just her mannerisms. I was thinking about her mannerisms and that weren't sexual in any way, and I was like, oh, that's I don't know how to describe it, but I was just like, oh, that's, and then I crumbled as I was listening to this music, and I don't know what that means, but it's because of Nofap, because I've been an emotionless ball for well, I don't know, but anyway, I needed to. I just feel like I feel like I've just woke up out of a shit tunnel today when I was listening to this music, and the thing that tipped me over the edge was realizing that I don't. I always the thing that I'm a good guy. I don't want it to sound like I'm really trying to defend myself, but um, before when I've gone for unavailable people, I've played like really bad boy, really bad person. Not a bad boy even, because it's more than that. Like a bad person. Like I've just been like I'm a bad person, so I'm gonna act this way. It's retarded. It's retarded because I'm not a bad. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not that person. I have so much love for women, and there's so many people that I respect in life, but I just the last sort of 2 years I would say it's been the worst. I've been unable to give love. I've been unable to give respect. I've always wanted to challenge guys, and I've always wanted to just take from women, and it's fucked. It's really fucked. I've been really clean for like a year, to be honest. Porn's, I haven't really been hooking up or anything because I've realised my emotions are well, if I kept living the way that I was living, would be unstable, and I don't know where I don't know what would happen. I'm rambling, but my emotions are like I don't even know what's going on. So I just think it's really healthy to let that all go. One reason why I'm making the Nofap videos is because of my good heart, actually, and I'm going to acknowledge that, because I don't want other, I really want young men and women as well to watch these videos and to know it's possible, and that life without porn is a lot better than life with porn, and that's coming from that. I don't have a family, but I would like to think that I'll be a good dad one day. But it starts with I don't know. It just starts with giving something, and porn has robbed me of so much of my life. It's robbed me of my ability to give anything, and masturbation, because you have no energy. You can't give anything to anyone, and it does turn you into a not a very nice person because you don't have the capacity to give. So then you do take. And I have been living a lifestyle for, I'd say, at least 5 years of taking from people and entitlement and that. And it's time to admit it. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I just don't want the rest of my life to be driven by sex as an urge rather than sex as something that I give. I just want to express myself as a good man. I think that's why a lot of people are doing Nofap. And man, it just felt good to let that stuff out. It was grief. I was grieving kind of what happened to me and feeling victimised by the fact that somebody created porn and did this, and I was feeling grieved by the person that I had become. Even though I've stepped aside, as I said, like the last 2 months have been clean completely, apart from a couple of relapses from porn and masturbation, so completely sexually clean. I mean, I've had thoughts, but I don't know. I just needed to grieve because I've been to some dark places as well. Like strip clubs the works really. That, I don't want to go into detail because I don't think that I need to, but you'll get the gist of where it can end up, when you're watching videos and in the real world as well. So I'm just happy that I've just grieved it all. It was only for like 20 minutes or something, but that I was conscious that I was grieving. I was grieving what I let my life become, the person that I let myself express. That's not who I am now, and that's not who I'm going to be. And that I'm saying that in an emotionally charged way, but I will prove it because I will keep making these videos because this is my contribution, and what I do in my life as well is my contribution. I'll keep finding ways to contribute. I don't want to take anymore, and I don't know. Just learn how to accept love, receive love. It's even in the back of my brain now. My mind is like, this is so gay, dude. Like, but we need this reality on a social platform like YouTube, which has this element of unreality. You need this because it's, if you can't even do it online, how can you do it in the real world? You don't necessarily need to do it online, but oh fuck it, the video is going to go on forever if I keep talking. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't. This video will be on YouTube for anyone to see, and it's embarrassing, and confessional, and okay, I haven't divulged everything, but there's some sides of me that I wouldn't really show to the public normally. But I'm on the road to complete recovery, and I'm happy about that, and I'm proud of that, and this is what it takes. But how did I get to this? I needed to grieve, and just listen to some music is proof that I'm getting in touch with my emotions, which is, I think, a Nofap benefit. It's a benefit of Nofap, and just grieving what porn. What I'm saying, how it can translate to you if you're watching this, is there may, talk about flatline. People talk about there's a time when you need to grieve what porn has done to your brain because it's not natural. And honestly, mate, or girly, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I mean, there's a degree that you have cognition, and stuff, but you cross the line. And most of you that would have started watching porn, you were still a child. So it's not your fault. And thank God, if you believe in God, that there are men and women showing that it's possible not to live subdued by our senses, but particularly subdued by pornographic imagery, and even in the movies and stuff like that, to live out. It's possible to escape from that over-sexualized brain, which just is overstimulating, and it causes so much stress. It's possible to be free. I don't even know what day it is, actually. I know it's past 2 weeks for me, just on this streak. I feel fucking great in my life. I mean, and experiencing all that emotions is happening, but at the end of the day, I haven't been giving in to my urges. I'm experiencing more intimacy with people. It is having a reaction in me because I'm having to realise that I have emotions and I have to cry and stuff. But if I can't, as pathetic as it is, sitting in your room and crying, if I can't do that, how will I ever have an honest experience with another person? You can't have a human relationship until you acknowledge your own humanity. And I'm gonna eat some nice comforting chocolate now. I'm grateful. I feel better. I feel better that it happened. Nofap got me there, and I'm sure it'll probably happen again, to be honest. But that's crying. Hopefully soon will come genuine belly laughter. You know, because the dopamine and all that chemical hormonal stuff is all balancing. So I look forward to it. But yeah, today was a hard experience. It hasn't been a hard day. It's been a good day, but that was a hard experience. But it's all journaled. Even straight after with my baggy eyes. That's some honest YouTubing. Alright, peace. Love you guys and girls. And stay strong. And as always, I'm sexual intelligence now. And peace.